Shabby Gamer here, and welcome to the first night of the Global Force Wrestling G1 Climax Festival. Now, this is going to be a first night of 7 massive pay-per-views. Basically, it's a group stage tournament. We've got 4 groups of 5 people, round robin style. Everyone faces each other once, and then the guys at the top of each of the group will go through to a semi-final and a final on the final night. So as you can see, we're going to have some big matches here this evening, starting off with Muertes taking on James Storm. Going to see Roode taking on Galloway. Tommy End takes on John Morrison. Davey versus Zack Sabre Jr. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Austin Aries. And then our main event, what a match this is going to be. Kazuchika Okada taking on the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Champion Chris Hero. So without further ado, let's get straight into the first of our matches. And like I said, here we go in match number 1 this evening. It's going to be Muertes versus James Storm, and this is our first match of group number 2. So vital for both these guys to really try and pick up a victory as early as possible and really put the rest of this group on notice. The bell goes, and here we go. As you can see, we're in the NJPW arena. First time I've really used it in this universe. Maybe we have used it as part of a random match between Kyle O'Reilly and Kurt Angle. Really good random match that was, and hopefully the quality will continue forward onto this G1 Climax Festival. So Group 2, we've got for you another match here this evening. It'll be Davey versus Zack Sabre Jr. That's coming up a little bit later. And of course we also have Kyle O'Reilly in this group. So that group altogether is Muertes, Storm, Richards, Sabre Jr. and Kyle O'Reilly. It's a real great group that is going to be. And like I said, both of these guys were really itching to get an early point on the board. Of course, it is, like I said, a round-robin tournament, so everyone in each group will face each other once over the next 6 days, and then the leaders of each group will go through to a semi-final and a final on the final night. If there are anyone who finishes the last episode on equal points, then we will have to have a buffer match just to decide who is going to go through into that final. So that last night, that last night 6. That could end up being huge because, well, basically, the first 2 nights are going to be 6 matches per card, and then for the rest of it, it's going to be 7 matches per card, just to be able to fit all the group stage matches in. And yeah, it's going to be massive. It's going to be huge, and I'm really looking forward to it now. Brian Cage won our G1 Climax Festival on 2K15. Who is it going to be to win it here on 2K16? Brian Cage is not even involved. That's how strong the roster is here in Global Force Wrestling. Now, of course, tomorrow's episode of Global Force Wrestling Amped won't be uploaded because it's been replaced by the G1 Climax Festival, so just bear that in mind. And, of course, episode of Ring of Honor on Thursday. Sorry, that's going to be our last episode of Ring of Honor for now. It is going to get merged in with Global Force Wrestling as from next week. So, bit of a shame, but I just need the extra time just to get all these videos uploaded to a better quality for you, because at the moment I'm rushing through it all, and I'm not been able to put out videos as good as I really want to, so that's the main reason why we're doing that. Drop kick there by James Storm on Muertes. But the advantage of mixing both Global Force Wrestling and Ring of Honor in together is that we will have one pay-per-view every single month, and that also means we'll be able to have feuds ongoing at all times, which is pretty good as well. James Storm now bringing Muertes back up to his feet. Remember, James Storm is one half of the current Global Force Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Beer Money. All of the champions in Global Force Wrestling, apart from the Next Gen champion, are all in this competition. Of course, we've got AJ Styles in group number 3. He's the global champion. We've got James Storm in group number 2 as the tag team champion. Roode, group number 1, the tag team champion. And Phoenix in group number 4, the intercontinental champion. We're not going to see any group number 4 yet this evening. That is going to start tomorrow night. Storm now bringing Muertes back up to his feet, but Muertes sending him over the top of his shoulders. And I think Lucha Underground actually starts again in January, so that's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty damn good. I'm really a big fan of Lucha Underground, even though I've still not watched the last 2 or 3 episodes of Season 1. Again, just not really got the time of recording all these episodes. This has literally taken my taken over my life, this whole YouTube channel at the moment. If I'm not at work, I'm doing this. Muertes there with a big sidewalk slam. Only a 1 count. So I'm just looking at a couple of the bits of news yesterday. And Rey Mysterio Jr., this is a little bit of a spoiler. Rey Mysterio Jr. did make his debut for Lucha Underground because it was recorded last night, I believe. And the debut of Matanza as well, who was the, if you ever watched Lucha Underground, Matanza was the guy in the cage underneath the actual, the arena. So, doesn't say who Matanza actually is. That was one thing I was looking for all the way through the last season, trying to find out who Matanza was going to be. But he did make his debut. Not quite sure who it's going to be as of yet. There was rumours that it could be something like the Great Khali, which is a little bit of a strange one. But the Great Khali is a big enough guy. Stick him in a mask, and he probably could get away with it. James Storm there crushing the windpipe of Mil Muertes against that middle rope. Now brings him back up into a suplex and crashes him down. And this would be a huge win here for James Storm. And yeah, it's interesting the old this whole roster here on Global Force Wrestling, because the likes of James Storm, any of the 20 guys in this competition could be global champion. There's no reason why not. And there's probably a few more that could also be global champion. And especially when we start to merge some of the rosters in together, we're going to add even more people. We're going to add the likes of Roderick Strong into this roster. Who else is there? Austin Aries. Austin Aries is already here, isn't he? He's part of the competition. Like I said, we've got Brian Cage here as well. We've got some people like Kota Ibushi and that I just can't find a good call for as yet, but he'll be coming in at some point. Naito as well. There's quite a lot of people that could be at the top of this roster. I mean, I have some big plans for Mil Muertes next month as well. We're going to continue that feud between Muertes and Prince Puma. It's not worked so well in this game so far. The game has sort of neglected the feud, but next month we'll be doing a lot more of that feud, and it's going to culminate in a massive match at our next pay-per-view, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. So I think our next pay-per-view is going to be very Japanese-based, then I should imagine. No, very Mexican-based, sorry. Because our headline for that is probably going to be along the lines of Mil Muertes versus Prince Puma. So, like I said, that'll be a week. That'll be this week, next month now. So 4 weeks' time, we get another Global Force pay-per-view. So that's the wonder of having these two rosters mixed up. There's the last call super kick, and James Storm could be getting the first point here in the competition. No, he doesn't go for the pin though. I say the first point in the competition, but remember, Adam Cole did get a point for winning the 20-man Royal Rumble draw that we had on this channel before this episode. That was I really enjoyed that video, and I've seen quite a lot of you guys did as well. So Adam Cole won the point in that, so he's going to have a nice little bonus coming into this. But both these guys will be itching to get the first point on the board here in group number 2. James Storm firmly in control of Mil Muertes now. There's the lung blower, and that could be all. James Storm in with a pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Mil Muertes kicks out. James Storm can't believe it. And Muertes looked an absolute monster in that Royal Rumble match. But James Storm with another last call super kick, and surely James Storm's getting the point here. And he does. James Storm picks up the first point and the victory here. What a great win this is for James Storm. I'm not quite sure how many you'd need. Of course, you've got 4 matches. I'm sure all 4 matches win will get you through, obviously, because you would have beaten everybody else then. So I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. It's very difficult to tell. I think 3 victories is going to be a very good amount. I think obviously 1 or 2 victories might not be enough. 2 might be enough to get you into a buffer match to go through. For Adam Cole, 2 victories might be enough because of course he already has that point. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in the long term. And our next match this evening is going to be a group number 1 match. But we will come back into group number 2 later on this evening. And match number 4 this evening, Davey Richards versus Zack Sabre Jr. One of those 2 guys will join James Storm on 1 victory, and the other one will join Mil Muertes on 0 wins for 1 match. So what a great start here in the G1 Climax, and what a fantastic start for James Storm as well. And here we have our second match of the evening. It's Bobby Roode taking on Drew Galloway in group number 1. The bell goes and we are underway. Who's going to be the first person to get a point in group number 1? It's going to be a great position to be in, because whoever gets this point is going to instantly be ahead of either Okada or Chris Hero, who main event this evening. It's going to be a cracking match that I'm really looking forward to. Okada versus Hero. Also got some other great matches for you as well, though. Then we've got Austin Aries versus Hiroshi Tanahashi, Davey Richards versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Tommy End versus John Morrison. We've really got a stacked out card for you. Belly to back slam there by Drew Galloway on Bobby Roode, and I just drop in an elbow into the inside of the knee of Bobby Roode. Right hand there by Bobby Roode. And of course, as I was saying in the last match, we've got 4 of our Global Force Wrestling champions here in this tournament. Basically, if they don't reach it through to the semis on night number 7, then we will be getting them to defend their championship. Simple as that. I know AJ Styles only defended his Global Championship last week on Amped, but if he doesn't make it through to the semis and the final, then I'm afraid AJ Styles will have to defend his championship. We'll probably find somebody over the next week, somebody who really impresses us but maybe doesn't make it through. They might be able to get a chance. But then again, like I said, if AJ Styles does make it through, then who knows? Who knows? We'll have to hold on to that championship for now. And when we do merge Global Force Wrestling in with Ring of Honor, we are going to keep all of the Ring of Honor championships. So we'll continue to have the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. We'll probably merge them. We'll probably have a winner-takes-all match at some point between obviously, well, at the moment, the Global Force Wrestling Tag Team Champions and the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. We've already got 2 sets of Tag Team Championships here in Global Force Wrestling. Having a third probably wouldn't make much sense. So we'll bring them in as it is, and then I think probably maybe the next pay-per-view we might merge them in together. Of course, we're bringing across the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Champion Chris Hero. Bringing that belt. We'll have the Ring of Honor Television Championship, and we will continue the Top Prospect Tournament on Global Force Wrestling as well to crown our first Top Prospect Champion as well. Yeah, we're going to bring all the belts over for now, but we might end up merging some together later on, because it probably is going to be a few too many that just step on each other's toes. Like the Top Prospect and the Next Gen might step on each other's toes. Punch to the stomach there by Bobby Roode. Now Drew Galloway catches him in the front headlock, and this is an all TNA sort of clash, really. Drew Galloway now bringing Bobby Roode back up to his feet, and there's the snapmare. Now just rake into the eyes of Bobby Roode as well. In for the pin goes Drew Galloway. Pretty early pin, not quite sure it's going to be enough. Russian leg sweep there by Drew Galloway as well. And that big stomp on the chest of Bobby Roode. Of course, Galloway is one half of a tag team as well. Teamed up with Grado. Not seen the two of them team up much as yet, but I'm sure we'll see a bit more of them coming up soon, especially when we get into some of our tag team sort of pay-per-views that we've got planned in. We've got the likes of the DDT 4 Festival, we've got the likes of World Tag League, and maybe even something like this where we have a tag team league format going on. But at the moment, I'm hoping that that 2K are going to release another patch for the game, because at the moment the tag team AI seems to have gone a bit downhill since the latest patch. Really, it's I'm struggling. I tried to record a random match before this. I'm gonna have to try and re-record it at some point, so I just got annoyed and cancelled it at the end. But it was a tag team match, a normal standard tag team match on fast momentum as well, that went to over 29 minutes before I just got annoyed and stopped it, because the AI of some of the guys in the match was terrible. So hopefully 2K are going to fix that a bit, and then once they do, we'll get into a few sort of tag team tournaments. Bobby Roode now lining Drew Galloway up. Again, very important here to get a victory on the first night. Bobby Roode taking Galloway up onto his shoulders, and there's the Roode bomb. This could be all. And Bobby Roode brings Drew Galloway. This is another one of the issues that they need to fix, is that people prefer to go for their comeback rather than a pin. Obviously, Bobby Roode had just hit his finisher maneuver and then decided to go for his comeback instead rather than a pin. If he'd gone for the pin, you never know, he might have picked up the victory. Galloway now with that big slam. Now rolling Bobby Roode over, and Bobby Roode may have made himself a difficult bed to lie in by not going for the pin when he really should have. And now Bobby Roode might be living to regret that situation, as Drew Galloway lines him up, takes him up onto his shoulders, and hits a Roode bomb of his own. Straight into the pin though. 1, 2, and no, Bobby Roode kicks out. Wow. I think Bobby Roode really should have gone for the pin when he had the chance, but just showing there by Drew Galloway that resilience from Roode really just top notch here. And what a great first match this is in group number 1 of our G1 Climax Festival. And I really enjoyed this format, and I think we might actually I'm tempted to try and use it somewhere else at some point. Maybe do like a G1 Climax in WWE, or maybe in the Attitude Era where we got a lot of big names. It'd be quite fun, I think. Bobby Roode in with the pin. Oh, his feet are up on the ropes. Referee doesn't see him. 1, 2. Oh, and Drew Galloway kicks out. Galloway not impressed. There's the snapmare now, just locking in the headlock here on Bobby Roode. And Bobby Roode reverses it into a headlock of his own though. Galloway with a snap suplex. And just stamping on the face of Bobby Roode. And of course, like I said in the last match, Bobby Roode also one half of our current Global Force Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Bobby Roode busted open there, I think, with a big knee by Drew Galloway. And Galloway returning the favour. 1, 2. And Galloway gets it. His feet up on the ropes, returning the favour to Bobby Roode, who attempted it earlier on. And Drew Galloway picks up the first point here in group number 1. So let me just put that point in for Drew Galloway. There we go. Drew Galloway now technically top of his group until later on this evening, until he's joined by either Chris Hero or Kazuchika Okada. What a group this group is. I think my favourite group is group number 3 with Aries, Tanahashi, John Morrison, Tommy End and AJ Styles. That's a great group, that one. Group number 2 is going to give us Kyle O'Reilly versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Kyle O'Reilly, Davey Richards. That's going to have some cracking matches as well. But this first match here this evening, Okada versus Chris Hero. That's going to be incredible, and I cannot wait for that later on. But before then, we have another 3 big matches for you. And coming up next is going to be our first match in group number 3. That's John Morrison versus Tommy End. Another fantastic match. This is where Bobby Roode tried to pick up the cheap victory with his feet up on the ropes. You see Galloway not very happy with the situation. Gets up. Tries to address the referee. Referee obviously didn't see it. And then Galloway, it's that knee to the face there. Then pulling Bobby Roode into the middle of the ring and returning the favour. Galloway thinks if Bobby Roode can get away with it, then I can as well. But it's effective for Drew Galloway. And what a great victory this is. The chosen one, Drew Galloway, has 1 point now in group number 1. Bobby Roode, 0 points from 1 match. That's a terrible place for him to be. He knows he needs to win every match now coming up in this group to have any chance in going through. But let's see what happens. And here we go, match number 3 this evening. It's Tommy End versus John Morrison in the first match of group number 3. And here we go. in one. The group, to me, that looks the best, I think, is group number 3. We're going to have some fantastic matches in this one. Starting off with our very next match this evening, I think it is. No, it's not. It's match number 5 this evening. Austin Aries versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. What a match that is going to be. And which of these two guys are going to be the first one to pick up a point in group number 3? Of course, Adam Cole is already on 1 point for group number 4. Even though group number 4 hasn't wrestled yet, he won that 20-man Royal Rumble, which was the way we drew the groups. And that was a cracking idea. I really enjoyed that idea. Morrison now throwing Tommy End off and then went for a dropkick and End just caught him. And Tommy End is one of my favourite wrestlers. I was so glad when I found that I could download him. He is a Dutch wrestler who currently does a lot of the indie scene, but he's been working quite a few of the PWG events this year as well. Part of the new breed of guys that came in once the Ring of Honor / Pro Wrestling Guerrilla sort of thing came in, where the Ring of Honor were no longer allowing their talents to work for PWG. However, from reading the results of last night's All-Star Weekend and the nights before All-Star Weekend, that has now changed. There's no longer... I think PWG and Ring of Honor have come to an agreement now which allows certain people to work for PWG. Well, I'm not going to give any names out because it will spoil it if you are planning on watching that event, but oh my god, I've read the results and it looks amazing. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Tommy End now with a snapmare on John Morrison, a big boot to the back as well. Now End just rolling Morrison over. Morrison trying to crawl back up to his feet, but Tommy End is there with that clubbing blow across the back and then chopping out the shin there of John Morrison. Big right hand there by Morrison, now catching Tommy End in with a neck breaker. And like I say, it's important for these guys to pick up a victory very early on in this competition just to show everyone else what you're about. John Morrison now with that Russian leg sweep on Tommy End. And this match has started off quite evenly, really. John Morrison now locking in the head scissors. John Morrison, and there's a Hurricane, a great move. Using his agility now up onto the top rope. We know John Morrison's very, very comfortable up here. What is he looking for? But Tommy End makes his way slightly back up to his feet. Tommy End with a big boot to the stomach of John Morrison now, and End catches him up into the brainbuster. He was going for a suplex, went for the brainbuster straight to the pin. This could be all. 1, 2. Oh, Tommy End nearly picked up an incredibly quick victory. Boot to the stomach there by Morrison. There's that spinning neck breaker. But Morrison struggling to get back up to his feet himself. Morrison now bringing Tommy End back up to his feet, and so this is a group with some great styles in there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the likes of AJ Styles versus Austin Aries, AJ Styles versus Tanahashi, AJ Styles versus anyone really. There's the Starship Pain there by John Morrison. This could be it. 1, 2, and it is. John Morrison picks up the victory in a very quick match compared to some of the others here this evening. And now, John Morrison tops the group at the moment. Of course, we've got 3 more matches to come here this evening. 1 more for group number 1, 1 for group number 2, 1 for group number 3. There was a Starship Pain. That was enough to pick up John Morrison the victory. And what a great start in this competition for Morrison. Not very good at all for Tommy End. He was beaten quite easily. And, yeah, shame there. Shame for Tommy End. But he's got 3 more matches in this group to really show what he can do. And I'm sure things will get better for him. Hopefully, anyway, because I'm a big Tommy End fan, like I said. And here we have match number 4 this evening. To join James Storm on 1 point in group number 2. Davey Richards versus Zack Sabre Jr. And here we go. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Davey Richards. And I took your opinions into account from our big 20-man Royal Rumble. And we all agreed that the skin colour of Zack Sabre Jr. just was not correct on the downloaded wrestler I got. So I have been in and edited it slightly and made this one. I think this one looks a lot better now. Let's just see how he acts in the ring. Of course, our current Ring of Honor television champion. Looking to pick up a victory here. Of course, this is group number 2. Muertes, Storm, who's already on 1 victory. Richards, Zack Sabre Jr. and Kyle O'Reilly. No match for Kyle O'Reilly this evening, of course, because there's 5 members in each group. Then someone has to have the night off every time they wrestle. But of course, as from night number 3, we're going to have 7 matches on each card. Thinking of actually even having 7 matches on tomorrow night's card. Let's have a quick look at what the card is for tomorrow night. To see if what I've got planned can happen. No, it can't. Or tomorrow night, people. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kyle O'Reilly. Oh. Austin Aries versus John Morrison. Prince Puma versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Kurt Angle versus Phoenix. Some great matches tomorrow night as well, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. That will be uploaded pretty soon. So no, this episode might end up getting uploaded early. I'm recording this first thing Sunday morning, so I'm going to try and get at least 4 or 5 of these episodes done today. Then hopefully play a bit of Fallout 4. Reverse suplex there by Zack Sabre Jr. on Davey Richards. And I do love this this G1 Climax. It was one of my favourite things we did in 2K15, and just looking at the cards we've got set up the next 7 days, I think it's going to be one of my favourite things we do here in 2K16 as well. Davey Richards there with that submission locked in, but Zack Sabre Jr. with the elbow to the back of the head. And unfortunately, Zack Sabre Jr. wasn't on the most recent episode of the most recent show. Sorry for Pro Wrestling Grid, which happened last night. He will definitely be back because he did win the Battle of Los Angeles a few months back, so he is guaranteed a #1 contendership match. There's a snap suplex there by Zack Sabre Jr. on Davey Richards. Now Zack just wrenching away at the arm of Davey Richards as well. And Zack is very much a submission specialist. Davey Richards as well. I think these 2 guys would work really well together in the ring. I was hoping to get the likes of Davey Richards and Tommy End in the same group. Wasn't to happen, I'm afraid, because them 2 have got really similar styles, lots of kicks. But it's been an interesting match. Zack Sabre Jr. has his fair amount of kicks as well. Dragon suplex, only enough for a 2 count though. Zack went for the uppercut, but Dave Richards managed to avoid it. Richards now taking Zack Sabre Jr. up onto his shoulders. There's that gory special. And Richards going up top. Could he be looking for a high impact move here straight away? Oh, Zack Sabre Jr. catches him into the label lock. Great move. I do love these capture finishes, especially the ones from the top rope into the into submissions, because that really does suit. And Davey Richards Zack Sabre Jr. quite a lot. There's Richards with that variation of the GTS linked in with a Pele kick. Oh, but Zack Sabre Jr. is not sufficiently weak and manages to kick him away. Now Zack going up top himself. What has Zack Sabre Jr. got planned? He gets caught with a super kick off the top. Oh, wow. Both guys just destroyed each other from the top rope now. 1, 2. And Davey Richards picks up the victory. That was enough for him. That big super kick off the top. And I'll tell you what, the last few matches have been so quick. It's unbelievable. But Davey Richards joins James Storm in group number 2 on 1 point. I know this probably doesn't... Oh, no, it's not, actually. I was going to say, in the first 4 matches we've had, it's the name that's been second that's picked up the victory every single time. I wonder if that's going to continue on this evening. It could continue on this evening. That would be Tanahashi to beat Aries and Hiro to beat Okada, but the chances of that happening are not very likely, I suppose. The Dragon Suplex there by Zack Sabre Jr. earlier on. There's the gory special here by Davey Richards. And you see this where Davey Richards went up to the top thinking he had something. But you see Zack Sabre Jr. catch him straight away. And then you see Davey Richards catching Zack Sabre Jr. with the super kick. And that was enough to finish him off. Davey Richards gets the first point in this G1 Climax Festival. Like I said, joining James Storm in group number 2 on 1 point. So at the end of this evening, group number 2 looks as Storm and Hiro. Nope, Storm and Richards both on top with 1 point. Muertes and Zack Sabre Jr. both with 0 points from 1 match. And Kyle O'Reilly yet to wrestle as yet. And here we have match number 5 this evening from group number 3. Austin Aries versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. And here we go. So group number 3, you've already seen John Morrison pick up a point as he defeated Tommy End. Both of these guys will be eager to join John Morrison on the top. Of course, AJ Styles is also in that group, yet to wrestle. He's going to make his first appearance tomorrow night as he faces Tommy End in the main event. Tanahashi now just twisting the arm of Austin Aries and then wrenching it as well. It's interesting to see this this match. 2 guys I think that are yet to clash here in a universe match. Yet to clash in real life, I should imagine as well. Tanahashi rolls Austin Aries through in that arm drag and into a dragon screw by Tanahashi as well. Both guys back up to their feet, but Aries catches him with the big right hand. Went for the backdrop, but Tanahashi manages to flip out, and Aries is there straight away with the big chop. That's Aries going for now. Sunset flip. And now just stamping on the arm of Tanahashi as well. That's a very painful move that by Tanahashi, on Tanahashi even. It's one that's going to affect him later on in the match, I suppose. With that sort of pain running for your arm, it's difficult to really be able to hit the moves you want to hit. Tanahashi now bringing Austin Aries into the middle of the ring and dropping him straight on his knee into the backbreaker. There's the dragon suplex there by Tanahashi, middle of the ring. 1, 2. It's only a 2 count. Now, our last couple of matches have been incredibly quick, and I thought this one might be the same. Tanahashi now bringing Aries back up to his feet, and Aries sends Tanahashi over the top. Aries with a German suplex on Tanahashi. Rolls him over and now stamping on the arm. And Aries looks to be going up top now. We know he likes to go for the 450, and he does go for the 450 and hits it perfectly in for the pin. 1, 2. It's only a 2 count. Referee was down very slow, as normal in this game, really. Aries now has Tanahashi up and drops him across his knee in that gutbuster. Aries here with a reverse dragon sleeper hold. Tanahashi with a neck breaker. Now Tanahashi's going up top. What's he looking for here? A frog splash on Austin Aries, middle of the ring. 1, 2. And again, Austin Aries kicks out. Tanahashi can't believe it. And I know this group was going to be good. I just knew this group was going to be top class. See Hiroshi Tanahashi missing the drop kick. Big punch to the stomach there now by Austin Aries. Tanahashi back up and Aries catches him with that running forearm, a second running forearm. Ducks the clothesline and there's a Pele kick. It's going to be enough. No, Austin Aries bringing Tanahashi back up to his feet and Tanahashi catches him with a jawbreaker. Tanahashi taking Austin Aries up and there's a fisherman's buster. 1, 2. No, and Austin Aries kicks out once again. Wow. Can't believe how well both these guys are doing now. But finally, Hiroshi Tanahashi does pick up the 3 count and he joins John Morrison at the top of group number 3 with 1 point, sorry. What a great match this was. The last couple of matches have been quite quick and quite laboured, but I think this one had a lot of action, a lot of false finishes. We thought this 450 here by Austin Aries could have been enough, but evidently it wasn't, as Tanahashi lived to fight on another day. Neckbreaker there right in the middle of the ring. And Tanahashi went up high as well. And he hit the beautiful frog splash. Again, that wasn't enough for a 3 count either. Aries there with a Pele kick. Then brought Tanahashi up. Probably should have gone for the pin straight after that little combination. And Tanahashi with his fisherman's driver, really. Almost like a Michinoku drive with the leg hooked. I'm surprised Aries managed to kick out of that one, really. He was on the verge of a 3 count. And you see there wasn't a lot left in Austin Aries. He got caught with that sling blade neck breaker, and that was enough to finish him off. Austin Aries showed a great account of himself here this evening. And of course he has 3 more matches to turn this round. But this evening he was unfortunate, as Hiroshi Tanahashi, like I said, joins John Morrison at the top of the group with 1 win. So at the end of this evening, group number 3 looks like this. Tanahashi and Morrison both at the top with 1 point from 1 match. Aries and End both with 0 points from 1 match. And AJ Styles still yet to wrestle. Now we go into our big main event. And here is that big main event. It's the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Champion Chris Hero taking on Kazuchika Okada. And here we go. This is a big one, this. Group number 1. Who's going to join Drew Galloway at the top on 1 point? And who is going to join Bobby Roode with no points from 1 match? This is a huge one, this one, for both of these guys. Okada recently coming off a loss to AJ Styles in a title match last week. Could be itching to get himself another opportunity. He knows by winning this entire competition, that is what he will get. However, it's not going to be as simple as that. We've got 20 fantastic top guys in this competition. Hiro there with a big back senton. Just crushing Okada. Brings Okada back up to his feet. And I went for a big slam there, but Okada slid out the back and catches him with a forearm. And Okada sending Hiro across the ring. And a big flapjack there by Okada. Hiro with the arm breaker. A jawbreaker there now by Kazuchika Okada, and a big right hand and an uppercut as well. And a back senton of his own. I don't think it's quite going to be as effective as the Chris Hero back sentons are. Hiro's got a bit more bulk behind him. Hiro spinning Okada around. Big German suplex. Okada folded in half like an accordion. Okada now being brought back up to his feet, by Chris Hero. Hero the big elbow to the back of the head, and Hero's dominating this match. The current, of course, Ring of Honor heavyweight champion Chris Hero. Okada with a big boot to the face though, tried to follow up, and Hero caught him again, but Okada with that neck breaker. Hero back up to his feet, and Okada spins him round. German suplex of his own, and Okada now show him what he's made of. And Okada, the tombstone pile driver here on Chris Hero. Okada needs to go for the pin from that. He does. 1, 2. It's owner for a 2 count. Oh. That was close, that was. And with the two rosters, you guys have to let me know what you think on this one. With the two rosters sort of joining together. Oh my god, Okada's going to go for another tombstone. Where's Okada getting these tombstone pile drivers from? In for the pin he goes. 1, 2. Oh, and again, Chris Hero kicks out. Where the hell did Okada get 2 tombstone pile drivers so close together from? So yeah, like I was saying, with Ring of Honor, and Global Force Wrestling merging in together, we're going to keep all the championships. Would you guys be happy with people like Okada getting an opportunity at the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship? Especially if he gets a big victory here against the champion Chris Hero. There's no reason why he shouldn't be looked at in that situation. So let me know what you guys think on that one. Or would you rather me keep it just so sort of Ring of Honor guys get chances at Ring of Honor Championships? But it's a little bit unfair then for the Japanese and Mexican guys, because it means they've only got 1 championship to go for, whereas the Ring of Honor guys can go for all, well, I think go for both championships really. I'm sort of open to letting everyone have the opportunity. I'm pretty sure Okada did have an opportunity at the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship a couple of years ago, actually, didn't he? It was a triple threat match against AJ Styles and Michael Elgin and Okada, I believe, at the Ring of Honor NJPW War of the Worlds, was it? Event? It's something like that. Okada now bringing Hero back up to his feet. And Okada's got him up again. And a two. Where's Okada getting all these tombstone pile drivers from? It's just like he's full of finishers. Absolutely full of finishers. And this could be the one that actually finishes Chris Hero off. 1, 2. And so where's Okada getting all these tombstones from? And where the hell is Chris Hero getting the ability to kick out of all these tombstones from? Because this is just insane. Knowing how this game normally works, Okada's hit 3 tombstone power drivers. Chris Hero hit one of his finisher and win the match. You watch. Maybe not even a finisher here. Hero with a pin, 2. And Okada kicks out. And I was looking forward to this match all evening, and this is why. This is why. What a match this has been. Chris Hero with an elbow to the head. And now that crossroads style neckbreaker, but Hero is down himself. He needs to crawl across and pin Okada after that big impact move. But Okada is also crawling back up. Both guys trying to get back up to their feet in the middle of the ring here. Hero is the first one up. And a big punt to the stomach of Okada. What an aggressive move that by Hiro. Now Hiro's lining Okada up. Okada's gear looks really cool. It almost looks metallic. Big elbow to the back of the head by Hiro. And this is what I was saying. Rolls Okada over. 1. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, wee, wah. How on earth did Okada just kick out of that after 1? I know he's not taken a lot of damage so far in this match, but you'd think a big elbow to the back of the head like that might be effective. There's the cravat-style neckbreaker. Now Hiro should probably be going for the pin, but he's sort of just stood there trying to think about what he needs to do. The Hiro now taking Okada up. He had him in the Razor's Edge style powerbomb, but Okada slid out the back. As Hiro in a front chanter now pushes him away. And Hiro catches him straight with that big boot to the stomach and takes Okada in a front chantery, and then just bring him down to stunner onto the knee. Hiro now brings Okada back up to his feet. Oh, and Hiro taking Okada up into a tombstone power driver of his own. Chris Hero with a tombstone power drive into the pin he goes. 1, 2. And no, Okada kicks out again. What a match this has been here in our G1 Climax Festival. We have got already Drew Galloway at 1 point in this group. Both these guys are desperate to join him. 1, 2. And there we go, Okada does join him. And I think while I was looking at my piece of paper then to see who was in which group, I think I may have just missed the Rainmaker clothesline. I'm not 100%, but I think I may have just done that. What a match this has been between these two. I don't know where Okada was getting all these tombstone power drivers from. You know what, I might actually just upload this as a random match on its own. I might just cut this out and upload it as a random match, because this was a cracking match. And I might start trying to do that in a bit more in our random match series. Just sort of taking some matches from our universe mode, the ones that are really good, and uploading them. And I think this is one that we definitely should. This was a great match. A match that I knew on paper was going to be fantastic as well. It's not the end of the road here for Chris Hero though by any stretch of the imagination. This is only night number 1 of the G1 Climax Festival. And yeah, there's still 3 more matches for him to try and get through, but Okada has started off fantastically well here. A victory over the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Champion Chris Hero. And like I said earlier on, would you guys be happy with someone like Okada getting an opportunity at the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship? Or would you prefer just the Ring of Honor guys to stay going for that belt? It's completely up to you. I'll do what you guys want to see, but we can definitely build that as a feud towards our next pay-per-view if you so wish. Well, anyway, guys, that is the end of night 1 of the G1 Climax Festival. We've had some great matches this evening, including an incredible main event here between Shinsuke Nakamura, between Kazuchika Okada and Chris Hero. And yeah, I'll give you a quick update of the groups before we go as well. So, group number 1, we have Okada and Galloway both on 1 point. Hero and Roode on 0 points, and of course Elgin yet to wrestle. Group number 2, we've got Storm and Richards on 1 point. Muertes and Zack Sabre Jr. on 0 points, with Kyle O'Reilly yet to wrestle. Group number 3, we've got Austin Aries and we've got Tanahashi and John Morrison on 1 point each. Austin Aries and Tommy End on 0 points, and AJ Styles yet to wrestle. And then group number 4, of course, Angle, Phoenix, Puma and Nakamura all yet to wrestle. Adam Cole does have a point, however, from winning that 20-man Royal Rumble that drew the groups. Well, that is the end. Like I said before, if you have enjoyed this episode, then be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It does help me out a lot. Makes this video a lot easier for people to find. Be absolutely great if you could do that. It does help a ton. And of course, if you are new around here, then be sure to subscribe for a lot more WWE 2K16 footage. And of course, we've got 6 more nights of this G1 Climax Festival to come for you as well. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow night for night number 2.